The other morning at the gym, I saw something that reminded me exactly why most guys never build a jack body. But before we get into the details, this might be your very first video, so I just want to say welcome to the channel. I help people go from average to jacked every day without the confusing bodybuilding BS because I'm not a bodybuilder. I couldn't care less about bodybuilding. I train to look good, feel good, and be strong for everyday life. My goal is longevity, not being a mass monster. And I give away everything for free on the channel and have a step-by-step program if you need more detail and want help directly from me. But let's get into the video. So I train super early at my local gym. Most days it's going to be around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. And there's just a handful of regulars. So new faces really stand out. And I noticed these new guys walk in the other morning and they were kind of looking around for a bit, looking confused, pointing at different areas in the gym. And then they finally picked their first machine. And I know it was random because they went from leg extensions. I then saw them doing cable curls after, then seated leg press, and then I think even like cable lateral raises. And I wasn't just weirdly staring at them, but would glance around the gym in between sets, and they seemed to be doing a bunch of junk volume, basically meaning super light sets with high repetitions and doing all of this randomly. And before I was a fitness coach or even made YouTube content, I just put my head down in the gym, hit my workouts, and got out. Now I find myself just being more observant and realizing how lost people are and how common this is amongst lifters. And the reason I'm telling you this quick story is because that used to be me. I was wandering around the gym, no plan, confused, overwhelmed, and just guessing what to do. And I'm telling you guys, if your goal is to actually get jacked, it's not about hopping from one exercise to the next and seeing how many exercises you can do before you can't lift your arms anymore. This game is all about progression. So I titled this video, Focus on This One Thing to Make the Best Gains of Your Life. And here's that one thing. The one question you ask yourself before you walk out of the gym is, did I beat my previous version of myself? Or you can ask, am I even 1% better? Most lifters are focused on studies with how much volume, how much frequency, sets, reps, tempo, all of these things I call getting in the weeds. I literally get hundreds of comments a week plus messages on those exact things. But what I found to be one of the simplest ways to know you're on the right track to getting jacked is to ask that question. Because science tells us if we are increasing in reps and weight over time in a moderate rep range, muscle growth has to be occurring as long as you're also doing the right things outside of the gym. But what does all this have to do with that quick story that I told you about those new guys at the gym? What do you think their results are going to be? They'll show up, they'll do a bunch of random work, probably get really sore, come back next week, pick more random things, and have no clue what weight or reps they did last time. They're also training mediocre with junk volume, so no truly hard sets. And maybe I'm completely wrong and they had a solid plan and knew exactly what they were doing, but this concept still holds true. This video is not meant to sound judgmental, it's meant to be a teaching lesson because I see this year after year in the gym. Because if you're not tracking, you don't have a logbook, you're not following a plan, you're gonna repeat that cycle for months, not see much change, and eventually give up. I know this because I've been that guy, and I've been training long enough to see the difference between the people who transform and the people who spin their wheels year after year. The guys with average physiques do exactly what I just laid out above, and the guys with standout physiques, they pick a plan. They train hard, they track their lifts, they open their logbook or some type of app and know exactly what they did last week, and then they beat it. That's how you actually change your body. That's how you go from average to jack. So the one thing to focus on is this. Did I beat my previous version of myself in some way? Don't get stuck in the weeds of all the minor tweaks. Just beat your previous version week after week until the years stack and you're jacked. And if you want a proven step-by-step plan, then click the link in the pinned comment or in the description of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. I will talk to you all in the next one. Peace.